We now move on to the introductory speech, for which may I welcome Sri James K. Joseph, Indian Audit and Account Service, retired. Over to you, sir.
At the outset, I welcome all of you to this auspicious function. It's a matter of great privilege that Dr. Tharoor is with us today. We are indeed lucky to have him here. It's a rare privilege. We value Dr. Tharoor not merely because he is our beloved MB, not merely because he is the Minister for HRD, but above all because he is the icon of youth in India today. I join Mr. Kalyana Sundaram in extending a very hearty welcome to you, sir. Two of my brothers-in-law are here. I have invited both of them, even at the risk of being accused of indulging in nepotism. Even while indulging in nepotism, I have shown a sense of balance by inviting my wife's brother and sister's husband. Shibu is my wife's brother, and Dr. Fernandez is my sister's husband. I've shown a sense of balance, you know. You should appreciate that. James, PP James, was a colleague of mine when I was managing editor DBA. He was my favorite, not merely because he shares my name, but because he is a distinguished and outstanding journalist. I'm very happy that he is with us today. I must congratulate him on his election as the president of the press club, Trivandrum. Kalyan is here. He was my colleague when I was Accountant General Tamil Nadu. And even earlier, when I was Senior Deputy Accountant General there, he was Assistant Accountant General. He had to leave the service early due to personal reasons. After that, he started this thing. You have heard about that. Both of us belong to the Indian Audit and Account Service. Most people would know only about the IAS, IPS, and maybe IFS only. There are a lot of other services like the Indian Audit and Account Service, Indian Revenue Service, Indian Railway Account Service, Indian Railway Traffic Service, Indian Defence Account Service, Indian Defence Estate Service, Indian Postal Service, and so on and so on. But what distinguishes the Indian Audit and Account Service is that we have to read a lot, we have to learn a lot even while working, because we have to go through a maze of files and come out with precise comments about the omissions and commissions of the executives. So we have to do a lot of reading. And so that what I want to say is we are well equipped to handle general studies, which is a very predominant paper for not only for the preliminary exam but for the main exam also. From this year onwards, for the main exam, GS carries about 70% marks. So we in the A&S, both of us, you may ask what is our locus standi in this business. Yes, we have learned a lot, and we know how to do precision diving to collect pearls of wisdom, the word I used in the invitation letter. So that we will teach. We can provide that kind of guidance to the students. Why online is the other question. Why online? Because contact classes, there are a lot of academies are mushrooming all over the state, but they don't give frequent tests to equip the students with the confidence and skill to handle the exam of the objective variety. You need a continuous test that we give through the online program. Continuous weekly tests are there. So as the students do this again and again and again, they will become very confident. They will acquire the speed and skill to handle the exam. And the exam phobia will not be there for them. That is the idea of online. And of course, the online serial tests will be supplemented by tutorials, notes, updates, news updates, and so on and so forth. Why now is the other question. Why now? Why not earlier? Now there is a relevance because the syllabus has changed, as I said, with more importance to general studies. Optional's importance has gone down. Only one optional will be there. Then, of course, in Kerala, the Harida euphoria is there, or the Harida Viplava has started. So everybody is motivated to try his or her hand at it. Then there is great potential also for Kerala because a lot of people are computer savvy and online program should be very easy, unlike in other states. I've been practicing karate for the last 30 years. I have realized that physical strength and power doesn't matter much unless you have the speed and agility to handle threatening situations. Similarly, any amount of knowledge and information will not do unless you have the speed and skill to tackle the exams. So we in Excell Career India, want to groom intellectual black cats, as it were, intellectual black cats who will be ready to face any exam, any time, and beat the others hollow in the most competitive exam in this country. In intellectual black cats, as I said, they ignore unimportant, non-essential, and irrelevant information and zero in on exam-centered data and information. They follow the 80-20 principle. 80-20 principle, that is, it is known as the Pareto principle also, mostly applied in inventory management. According to the 80-20 principle, 20% of the inventory carry 80% of the value. Not only in materials management, in other fields of, other areas of management also, this is applicable. In offices, 20% of the people do 80% of the work. When we speak in the normal course, 80% of what we say, most people say is irrelevant. 20% is so. While I was working in the government, a lot of people used to come with petitions and all, oral petitions. And I found that 80% was irrelevant. And I used to summarize their petition and tell them, this is what you want, isn't it? Yes, they used to say that. So the intellectual black cats have an eye for the 20%, like the Arjuna's eye. Arjuna's eye. Dronacharya conducted a test for the young Pandavas and Kauravas. He kept a wooden bird on a tree across the river and asked them to shoot. First came Yudhishthira, and he asked Yudhishthira, what can you see? I can see the wooden bird, I can see the leaves, I can see the branches, I can see other trees, and so I can see the sky, and so on. Dronacharya said, keep your bow down, because you will miss the target. He kept the target, kept the bow down. Others followed suit, and finally Arjuna came. He took aim, and then Dronacharya asked him, Arjuna, what do you see? He said, I can see the bird's eye. Don't you see the other things, the trees, the leaves, the sky and all? No, only the bird's eye and nothing else. Dronacharya ordered shoot, and the arrow sprang from Arjuna's bow with a big sound, twang, and hit the bird's eye. and the bird fell with a thud there on the floor. And the arrow went like a guided missile to the target. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to make our candidates, our students, real guided missiles who will reach their target, who will home their targets easily. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir.